Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Nicholas Gomez. Today we're going to make bread, and these are the bread rolls that we use at the restaurant, and this is how easy it is to make. I've got 1 kilo of baker's flour. Baker's flour is a nice thick flour, strong flour that works very well for bread. 16 grams of yeast. I'm just using instant yeast. 8 grams of sugar. This helps activate the yeast. Got lovely flavor in this bread, so we've got 18 grams of salt flakes. And I'm going to add some mother dough, or just get a bit of a sour flavor to our bread, like a sourdough. And I keep 100 grams or so from my fresh doughs to put back in here. So every time that we make bread, we're keeping this dough alive. I get it all mixed into a bowl. So once I've got my dry ingredients in here, so I just add liquid. In this case, 600 mils of water. Just plain tap water will do. Okay. And at this stage, it just looks messy. But we just need to work that water into the flour so that we get a dough. And I've got a bit of a rule here when making bread. That's we need it. You could do it with a machine if you're doing a big bulk amount, but really when you're just doing 1 kilo batches, you might as well do it by hand. You get a really good feel of the bread making procedure, and you get a bit of exercise while you're doing it. So you see, that's all I'm doing at this stage. I'm just bringing the liquid, mixing it into the flour, and from here, now we just get our hands in there, a bit of the old elbow grease, and work it. And it will start looking like a proper dough any second now. Just need to work it through. That's it. So still don't start counting yet. Not there yet. I always have a little bit of flour on the side, just in case. It's not an exact science, so just in case the dough has come out a tiny bit wet and it's sticking to the surface, then sprinkle a tiny bit of flour and off you go. It shouldn't be sticking to your hands either, which it is at the moment. So again, just a tiny little bit more flour. Why does this happen? Well, it could be weather dependent. Depending on what sort of humidity levels you got, your flour is going to absorb less or more water. So here we go, that's starting to look and feel a lot better. Tiny bit more flour, and off we go. And just carry on like this until you've done 200 kneads. Now after we've done these 200 kneads, I'm just going to return it to the bowl, cover it, leave it in a warm place, not a hot place, just a warm place without a draft ideally. Just leave it to rise, and depending on how warm it is, it should take between 20 to 30 minutes. It'll just bubble up and rise. The yeast will be activated, it'll be doing its thing, getting all those bubbles